What up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may reside. I just hope that is good. It's the one and only Mind Muscle Motivation. Please like, subscribe, share. I'm all about getting better and progressing every single day. And why not us do it together? And if you are looking for workout videos, feel free to go ahead and go back, check them out. I'm all about dissecting the mind right now, and I'm all about that mind motivation right now. And in any way that I can help, that's what I'm doing. So let's do it together. I wanted to be of service today. I wanted to talk about my military experience for anybody who may be contemplating whether or not they want to join. And if you're really thinking about it, I want to go ahead and share my experience and get you a better understanding of what you'll be getting yourself into. And before I even start, this isn't like some job that you can get hired for and then want to quit. No. No. Once you get sworn in, that's it. And if you have a mindset like me and you know that you're in something and you made that decision, you're gonna seek your way into the end. So before I even start, just have that embedded in your mind. Once you get sworn in, once you make that decision, hell, once you get with a recruiter, they're gonna make sure you get in. So just it sounds scary, and hell, even talking about it is scary because it's giving me that whole experience back. You know, it's giving me that whole experience back inside my mind emotionally. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Sit back, relax. I'll do my best not to be too long. Like I said, I just wanted to give you a better understanding. So sit back, relax, get with the fam, get with your son, daughter, whoever, and go ahead and check it out. So I got into the Army National Guard. My first decision was the Marines. I wanted to travel, and I already knew a few people who were in it, and they told me I would like it and that it was best suitable for me, and I just felt like that was going to be what I was going to do, what I was meant to do. But that didn't go as planned. I couldn't get in ever again. So my only option left was the Army National Guard. I really didn't think about, going active. It was just the reserve. I mean, I really didn't even know the difference at the time. So it took me 3 times, people. Three. One, two, three. To pass that test and finally get in. And it wasn't the test itself that was hard. It was my nerves. In hindsight, as I look back, it was my nerves. Because the whole experience it was nerve wracking. I mean, I was my own worst enemy, and that's usually how it is when it comes to new things. I can be, no, I am my own worst enemy. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't study for it. I didn't. Even after the first 2 tries, I didn't. I just so happened to remember the questions, and I mean, they're not the same, but I didn't study. I just didn't. But it did show me the dedication that I had. It did show me how much I really wanted to be in, the military. So once I finally passed it, so I had 6 months, okay? 6 months. Look, people, you're going to have some time even after you pass the test. You're not going to leave right away. Take that time to get in shape. It'll just make everything a lot less hard. You can't get yourself prepared for everything. You can You can be aware of what some of the things that you're going to do, what they are, and what they may, you know, consist of. But if you can have the time to get yourself in shape, I just think that's the dumbest thing not to take advantage of. And I won't skip too many steps ahead, but I literally saw a guy die in basic. We were doing our PT, we're running on the track, and I literally saw him fall over flat on his face. I wasn't close enough to see the color of his skin, but he was a white guy, and everybody said he was just turning blue, and he stopped breathing. Now, I'm not saying that his lack of being in shape was a cause, but I just know for a fact that it didn't help. I mean, not being in shape doesn't help anything. But just take the time. Take the time, people, to get in shape. Do your sit-ups, do your push-ups, and run, okay? And don't even look up the requirements. Just do as much as you can so you can know you can do however much. However much. I mean, I don't know. Just give yourself a goal and just take that time to get in shape. Please, I beg of you. Please just take that time to get in shape. But yeah, that was traumatizing for all of us. Again, this is basic. You know, this is not being on the battlefield. This is basic training. You know, you don't expect to see somebody pass away. You don't expect to have that occur in basic. And look, I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, 258 Infantry. And, you know, I'm from Texas. We got dry heat here. In Fort Benning, Georgia, it is humid. So I got called out a lot just because of the amount of sweating I was doing. And we're wearing our gray Army t-shirts. Mom was soaked all the time. I mean, all the time. I was always asked where I was from and to drink water. So I don't know where, whoever is listening to this, I don't know where you plan on going. But if you're from Texas, if you're from somewhere where it's dry heat, going to a whole different climate where it's, you know, it may be humid. Yeah. If you haven't left home, if you haven't been away from home, be expecting the sweat to be on 100, because it's going to happen. Now listen, if you haven't been away from home, other than your physical fitness and not being in shape, if you haven't been away from home, I'm going to be honest with you, that's going to be one of the most difficult things. Because when I left, look, I hadn't even got on a plane, okay? I had to go from Lubbock, Texas to Dallas, Texas, and then to Atlanta. So I had to get on there twice. So not only have I not been on a plane, but I had to leave away from home. And look, I was by myself. I didn't have no friend that was joining with me. That whole experience was just, it was scary. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was. It was scary. But I did it. I did it. So if you haven't been away from home, that's gonna be a challenge. And another thing, if you can't take giving orders in a disrespectful way, I'm gonna call it how it is. If you can't be screamed at, and I'm talking about right here, spit flying, touching you and everything, that's gonna be a problem. It's something about those drill sergeants. They can smell out your emotions when they know they've gotten underneath your skin. And I have a nonchalant face. So in my opinion, they didn't know what bothered me or what did. But there were so many guys. Again, 258 Infantry, Fort Benning, Georgia. Infantrymen. It's just guys. It's just men. There's no females. And we were young, okay? I was 20 at the time. To me, that's still a kid. Some guys were straight out of high school. Look, you can just tell, they can just tell when they have gotten underneath someone's skin. I mean, a lot of them nose get all frowned all up, walking away with an attitude. I mean, this shit was funny, to be honest. And then of course you have your sensitive guys, and oh, poor dudes. I mean, they would get picked on every single day. And I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing. Okay, a lot of us were laughing. But in hindsight, it's not funny. It's really not. I mean, you are who you are, but they will. The whole goal is to break you and build you back up. So of course they got that work. Oh, they got that work every single day until they, until they got a little, tough, and they pretty much saw how they could handle it, and they left them alone. Now I'm gonna tell you, there's one thing that people will tell you not to do, and that's volunteer for things. And I I said okay about it. I said, all right, I ain't gonna volunteer for Nathan. I'm not gonna volunteer for Nathaniel. But listen, after being in it, I think that's the dumbest advice you could give someone, especially when you want to take on a leadership role. Listen, in my opinion now, volunteer for doing things, okay? It just shows that you have leadership qualities. And if you want to just blend in, you're not going to be a leader, nor do you want to. Now, I've never blended in, not saying that I want a leadership role, because I like I'm an introvert, as I've said before. And I know you still can be a leader while being an introvert, but I don't like to talk. I would choose not to talk every single day when I'm out and about around people. But volunteer for everything, because they'll put you in that leadership role, and it just makes you look better. And you'll probably have a better military career anyway. So that was something that was being told. And again, I didn't blend in. And I'm not going to lie, it was because of my physical fitness. Everybody knew my last name. So even though I didn't volunteer for things, they knew who I were anyway. But, I took it as a compliment, and as you should. Now, there's a lot of things you can look up, because I'm not going to lie to you. I was looking up a lot of the things that I knew what we were going to do. I was watching YouTube every single day, people. I'm not going to lie to you. I was. I don't I don't necessarily encourage you to do that, because you can know what you're going to do and what it consists of, but the experience, you can't prepare for that. You can't prepare for it. It's just something that you're going to have to experience. The trial and tribulations, you're going to have days where you're just broken. Look, it rained a lot. It rained a lot. I left around um it was spring, and look, probably the third day there were already tornado warnings. So it rained a lot. I was sick at least 80% of the time. So you're gonna have days where you feel like you're broken. You're gonna have days when you're on top of the mountain, when everything's just going right for you. It's just gonna happen. You're gonna have days where you're up, and you're gonna have days when you're down. That's life. That's life. But like I said, you can look it up on YouTube. Sure, why not? Just to have it in your mind what's gonna happen, but how you're gonna feel while it's happening, that's just something you can prepare for, no matter what. And I had to learn that the hard way, but I'm just the type of person that likes to stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. So I knew what was going to happen, but emotionally I couldn't prepare myself for the feeling that I was going to get from it. And neither are you. It's just facts, people. It's just facts. So I'd never shot a gun before, so that was different. But I'm gonna tell you what, as soon as I did, I was hooked. I was hooked on that thing. Boy, I was hooked. Um, like I said before, it was just a bunch of dudes. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I just missed seeing a female. So once a female drill sergeant came about, she looked decent. So, I mean, we're all guys. I mean, come on. So yeah, we were talking, we were checking her out, and they knew it. So that was different as well. That was hard. That was hard. I mean, you got a bunch of different guys from all over the world, different personalities, and no females. Like, come on, man. Come on. But my platoon, we were the best at everything, and I take no credit for that, but I was a part of that. I was a part of that group. I was a part of that group, and I feel pretty good about that. Looking back on it, no one wants to be a part of a losing, non-winning group, and I wasn't. I didn't have to worry about it. There was another guy. His last name was Coleman, Eddie Coleman. Shout out to Eddie Coleman if you see this. I hope you're doing well. Hope all is well. I don't talk to anybody that I was in basic training with anymore. I did for a while, but we've all gone our separate ways. Have families now, so. But if you're seeing this, I hope all is well and you're doing good. But listen, the military is just different. It's just different. I mean, you got a whole bunch of different training that you're not, I don't think, psychologically meant to do. And, that's why the different effects after the cause, it's just something that happens to damn near everybody. And again, you don't have to be on the battlefield. It can happen in just basic training. I mean, you're getting all these different training, all this different training that you're just not equipped for, honestly. And we had a night crawl, and they stopped shooting actual bullets because people were, they were getting scared, so they would stand up and get actually shot in the head. So they stopped doing that. So they had the lasers, and of course I had to look up at least a few times just to see them being shot over our heads. And I guess I got out of my formation, and I got way too close to an explosive, and I got that work. I felt everything. I mean, that type of pain, it started here, and it felt like it just went straight through my head, straight through. And I don't want to badmouth the military, but now I suffer from seizures, and that was the most traumatic brain injury that I have had. And I now have seizures from it, so that's definitely something to think about. And it's not to say that something's going to happen to you like that, but it's something to be aware of. Because, I mean, traumatic injuries can happen from anything, into anyone. But that is something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. If you have a child and you're with them and you're listening to this, hey, I mean, really take it into thought, take it into consideration what may and what can happen. But like I said, this isn't some job that you can get hired for and then decide that you don't want it anymore and just quit. No, once you get sworn in, you're in it. That's the mentality that you got to have. That's the mentality that you got to have far before you get sworn in. That's the mentality you got to have once you just decide that you even want to try. That's the mentality that you got to have when you first meet your recruiter. Now, it was nice to be told from my recruiter that you would have thought that I was already, in the military because of how I carried myself and the discipline and dedication that I shown. So that gave me confidence already. And I'm pretty sure he probably told his other recruits that. I mean, why wouldn't you? To give them a little boost of confidence. That's something that I would do, in all honesty. But yeah, that's pretty much, that sums up my whole, journey. And of course, after, I graduated, I got stationed not far from home. And I will admit, being in the Marines, I still think was probably my calling, because being in the Army National Guard, hey, don't get me wrong, I'm not bad mouthing about it. I had no shame in being a nasty girl, as they call it. But I needed more. I needed more of a push than what I had. I just needed more. Excuse me for the light. It's starting to go down, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up real quick. Got to charge this bad boy, but just do what you can to stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. And again, just know that once you get in, you're in it. You're in it till it's over. Whatever contract that you sign, your 4 years, your 6 years, hey, just be ready to seek it all the way through. And if you're going to be in the reserve, if you're going to be in the National Guard, hey, let me tell you, whatever you decide, it goes by quick. It really does. So just enjoy the experience, enjoy the journey, and let it make something out of you. My apologies, people. Like I said, it was about to give out on me anyway, but just enjoy the experience, because it's going to be something you'll never forget. It'll be something that you'll be able to tell your kids and whoever that's interested in even hearing about it. And hey, good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Try to really remember the things that I told you. It's the small things. I left a lot out, but just being away from home and your physical fitness, and just having that mindset, just having that mentality of, hey, this is what it's going to be. I'm in it until it's over. And that's pretty much all I can tell you. But hopefully you enjoyed that little story. I tried to sum it up as quickly and as short as I could. So until next time, like I said, I'm trying to be of service as best as I possibly can to whoever it may concern. And hopefully you enjoyed my little military experience through my challenges and the good times, the bad times, all of that. I had it all. So until next time, like I said, please, please, please like, subscribe, share. It's all about dissecting the mind. This is the mind motivation of this channel and what I'm trying to represent and share. So until next time, peace.